This is the story of Jonathan Sadler, a 23-year-old senior social work major who is diagnosed with hydrocephalus. Hydrocephalus is cerebral spinal fluid that surrounds the brain and the spinal cord. According to the hydroassociation.org, 1 to 2 of every 1,000 babies are born with it. It is the most common reason for brain surgery.
I want to be a social worker because I've always liked being able to help people. And anytime in high school, whenever I could help people, I always liked being able to do that. It always gave me a feeling of kind of like it genuinely made me really happy.
There is no cure for hydrocephalus. After one of his surgeries, Jonathan had to learn how to walk and talk all over again. Jonathan declined having a steering wheel that will make it easier for him to.
I do usually use my right hand for the turning signal. I've just found it to be easier to do that because of my condition with my left hand. And there will be times that I will use my left hand to do so. But it really depends on the situation, whether I'll use my left or my right hand to put on my turning signal.
Okay.
Like right there was relatively easy for me to do left-handed.
Okay.
Jonathan Sadler is one of the nicest young men I know, and in class, he works hard. And if I had a class full of these guys who worked as hard as he does, it would make my job a lot easier. He's an excellent student, and he tries his best every single day. And I appreciate it. And I just want to continue to encourage him to continue doing the great job that he's been doing.
I was diagnosed with hydrocephalus around, I want to say it was 2000, maybe 99 when I was first diagnosed with it. 2000 was when I had my second surgery for it, where they actually put the shunt in. For more fine motor skill things, it is generally easier for me to not use it. And so that's why I've adapted to using one arm and one hand to do most things. Whereas from carrying stuff like more, what are they called, gross motor skills, and I will use my left arm. And it pretty much depends on what kind of day I'm having. There are days that it shakes worse than others. And on days that it shakes more than others, I tend to be frustrated with it and try to use it as little as possible. I wanted to get a degree because while I tried to file for disability and didn't get it, my dad had said, that's not a livable income. It's just, a helping hand for that. And like I didn't want to, just do minimum. Like I wanted better than that. It is not the end of the road. I would say that growing up, when I was in the hospital recovering from my first and second brain surgeries, like my dad would say, "Do you want to go for a ride?" He would push me in the wheelchair. He would say, "Do you want to go for a ride?"
Okay.
I would say no, I don't really feel like it. And then he's like, "Okay, get in the chair, we're going for a ride." Just because he wasn't letting me sit around feeling sorry for myself.
Okay.
And I mean, like I know it takes people, a certain amount of time to come to terms with their situations, but I would say, don't let it keep you down.
Right.
Because, like they say, sunshine always comes after the rain.